Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm Jason, your host. Just make sure I have something before I continue. Yep, everything's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't got something running in the background. Sometimes I do on my computer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about me going to America. The reason I am starting to plan this a year ahead is there is so much that I have to do that is beyond what a neurotypical person has to think. I've got to make sure that the person who comes to look after Zach is trustworthy and that I won't be worried all the fucking time. I've got to make sure that I balance as many coping strategies as possible over the next months and try to estimate and study and figure out what things could happen that I would not expect. How can I put this? For example, I've always been looking at, I like the American disability chairs, the ones made by Pride. They make some amazing ones. And I've always wondered why they never sold in the UK. Now, a disability chair, a mobility scooter in the UK is classed by the DVLA and certified either as a Class 2 or Class 3. I believe the Class 2 is for pavement, the Class 3 can go on the roads. Now, you have to register with the DVLA in there. Now, for it to go onto the roads, it has to go about 8 miles an hour. It has to have full visibility lighting, just like it has brake lights, it has to have indicators, it has to have front lights and so on. It's got to have all these things to help make it legal to go on a road. American disability scooters don't seem to care this much. So, most of the ones that they sell in America, you could import to the UK, but legally you could only drive them off-road or on private property. Now, I've had to work through all this and go through all the bits and pieces trying to figure out how I'm exactly going to do this. So this is a whole piece that I've had to go through, and I'm still working through it all and trying to figure out exactly what this will mean for me. So my idea was to find a really cool one, a really nice one, to go over there to America, buy one, and then for the month I was there, use it, and then have it shipped back home. Some of them are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're amazing. But they don't have the same kind of safety systems and registry systems that the UK has. So unfortunately, when I was looking into it, I realised that me buying one over there, not possible. So I'm going to have to, while I'm there, I'm going to have to rent one and use it for a month. And when I leave, I'll just have to take it back to the place, the showroom and that'll be that. It's little things like that, but it takes a lot of things. It's like, I had this idea, okay, so I've always wanted a power chair. I have always wanted a power chair. Because it's very hard to describe, but I've tried a power chair in my past. I tried one at a local disability shop, and they are absolutely amazing. They are, a mobility scooter is more like you're riding it, you're piloting it, it's in control. It's like a car, you're a driver. But I don't know how to explain it, but when I was sitting on one of these power chairs, which is like an evolution of a wheelchair, it actually literally felt like I was one with the machine. They are so smart and advanced these days that everything can be done with a tiny little controller on the side. That the abilities it can do, how quickly it moves, that there's almost zero latency, and they can go up to like 6-8 miles an hour. They are amazing, and I've always wanted to get hold of one to go on buses and to go on other things like that. So it was a viable thing, but unfortunately, the ones that you can buy that I would be actually want to have would not be transferable to America in a plane. This is the thing. You can go on a train with them. You can go on a bus with them. No problem. And though that would be a great increase of my possibilities, I'd love to get one. Because there's some places that a wheelchair, a powered wheelchair, a power chair can go that a mobility scooter can't. And for example, if I wanted to one day go to... See, I love the idea of going places with Brit. And I've got my Revo that can be broken down and it can be put into the thingy. There's a... Oh, I'm just distracted by a Royal Mail van I can see outside. So focus, Jason. Focus. I'm doing a video. I'm doing a vlog. I'm going to just pause this for a second just in case he's bringing something to me. But also, apart from that, which will also be an option, the big problem is my brain. You see, when I first heard about and considered using a mobility scooter, my brain was completely against it. My brain was screaming at me. Only old people or paralyzed people or such and such, or people who've got arthritis, or my brain started listing up all these physical ailments for people that use a mobility scooter. And it took my friends and my doctor to actually talk me through it, to make me understand that my mental disabilities that make it impossible for me to function outside the house are no less debilitating, no less a disability, and no less justified for using one of these than anything else. And we all know how freaking amazing, once I got into a mobility scooter, how it freed me and allowed me to go places. So, how can I put it? That whole side of the thingy I've got to work it out. And that means, oh, by the way, you're going to have to work out how to deal with coping strategies and being on a plane and going from this country to another country and going through the people at the other side who are the ones that check you and everything. All these things I'm going to have to work out, and that's why starting to work it all out a year in advance is a freaking good idea. But nobody's come to the door. You noticed Saki barks now. Now that Bertie's gone, now that Bertie isn't there to do the barking, for the first time ever within the last few days, her little Saki actually barks. Not just squeaks when the door goes, but actually barks. He's a good little boy. It only took you like 7 years, didn't it? So yeah. There's no one there yet. You can hear the post guy walking up and down the street to different houses. There's no one down there at the moment. There isn't. Now I know you want to be you're a very happy dog of doom, but there is no one down there. Anyway, I'm very distracted at the moment, so let's stop this here. Bye bye.